Okay, so exercise number 3. What is the most popular work of Demosthenes in Oxyrhynchus, and in which papyri is it attested? So this is clearly a question about Demosthenes. So we need to be in the TM authors database. So if I click Start Discovering and then go down here to Authors, that will bring me to the Authors database. And you can see here that we have over 6,317 authors in the database. The graphs you see here, they are for authors. So there are almost over 3/4 of the authors in the database write in Greek. And the second most important group is Latin. And they're almost all men. And their chronological distribution is found here. However, in this case, we're not interested in authors in general, but only in Demosthenes. Demosthenes being a very popular author, he is listed on the first page in the top 10, and I can just click. Of course, I can also search for Demosthenes. That will be what you have to do if it's a less well-known author, and you can see there are a couple of people called Demosthenes, but the most important one with 224 attestations of 35 works is this one with ID 226. And if I click that, I get some information about Demosthenes, and to the right there is a word cloud with the works of Demosthenes. And you can see immediately that the most popular works are De Corona with 34 attestations and De Falsa Legatione with 25 attestations. Now, of course, the question was not for the most popular work of Demosthenes in general, but the most popular work of Demosthenes in Oxyrhynchus. So first I need to narrow it down to Oxyrhynchus. So here you can see the 224 attestations, almost all Greek and papyrus. But Oxyrhynchus is an ancient region, so I select ancient region here. It is in Upper Egypt. That's something that you need to know here. And if you click Upper Egypt, you get a survey of 134 attestations of works by Demosthenes from Upper Egypt. And of course, we are only interested in Oxyrhynchus. So if I click Oxyrhynchus now, then you see we have only 118 attestations with this chronological distribution. Of course, now what is the most popular work? Then I need to scroll back up, and then the word cloud is adapted also to the restriction to Oxyrhynchus. So there are actually 2 Olintiaca and De Falsa Legatione with 15 each. Should you dislike word clouds and find pie charts not very attractive, you can also opt for tables. That's something that we'll have for personal subscribers. They will be able to automatically select tables should they want to. And then you can see, of course, the data are the same. You can also sort this from least frequent to most frequent, or you can sort it alphabetically. But for our purposes, the frequency is most important. So if I want to see only the Olintiaca, then I need to click those. And you see here is a survey of the papyri of Olintiaca and a list here below. So these are the papyri from Oxyrhynchus attesting the most popular work of Demosthenes. But of course, not only the Olintiaca, I need to see the entire table again, but also De Falsa Legatione. So I click that, and then here I see the list of attestations of De Falsa Legatione, which I can again export. Of course, in this case, not all of the attestations are on papyrus. There's one attestation on parchment. So by clicking this there's an extra filter for papyrus only, and then you see there are 14 attestations of de falsa legatione. So it's a matter of deciding whether the question is for the most popular work in Oxyrhynchus, and then looking at the papyrus attestations, or the most popular work of Demosthenes on papyrus. So of course it's a bit ambiguous, but there's not a huge difference. The difference is just one text on parchment.